Alrighty, hey, yeah, this is Samaya. Hold on, I was just looking for my receipt because I'm just leaving Walmart. As soon as you know how when you go by there and the lady checks your little receipt. Now I ain't give about $20 worth of stuff. And you know how when they just receive your receipt, that lady right there, her. And so you know how when they just be looking, it was her. As soon as I walked past, the security guard, her and some other ladies playing. They just playing. They playing games. But it ain't that the fact that they're playing games. It's the fact that what she said, arrest her, loud, because it was her friend, her security guard friend right there. Just as I was walking past, just as she was scanning my stuff, is when she said that I don't take anything lightly. And the reason why I don't take anything lightly, because I know these people, my case is against the government, and it's that lady right there. So my case is against some elected officials, so I can't afford to take anything lightly, what they say and what they do, their actions. And so I just wanted to make a note of that. But that is my receipt. As you can see, it's like $20-some. But they use what these corrupt people would do is use all of the footage cameras from different stores, which they don't have permission to use anything, but that's what they do. They use all of these little footage, so they create the scenes around you. Like for instance, they may have this guy just like sitting here just because they know I'm coming out, because I am chipped, and they do have the illegal and unlawful surveillance that they are using to keep me or deprive me from my life. Let me say that again. There are unlawful surveillance orders that they are using to deprive me of my life with. And so that's what I've been fighting for the last few years. But because it's still there and it's still lingering, they are still using that same mechanism, or that same tracking. Is a pin, register, trap, and trace. They are still using it to its advantage. And so I have to make note of every little small thing, because they know, like say for instance, you know I'm in the store, you know I'm be checking out soon, and because you're watching, as soon as I go by, they create scenes and enact different scenes to use for gaming and to use for their intentional plotting. This wouldn't be the first time. So but I put everything on life. My life has to be an open book. Hi. So I hope my hair don't look too bad, but I'm just leaving the store. So my life has to be like an open book, or otherwise this is what they do, constantly just trying to railroad me every 2 seconds. Today I bought a little dollar piece of wood from the Home Depot. The girl acted like she couldn't ring it up, but it was a remnant piece, so it might have been free anyway. So she acted like she didn't know how to scan it, so she said go ahead and use that. But even down to that little dollar piece, I don't take anything for granted, because they'll try to use something. I'm dealing with some real petty people, and so they'll try to use that against you. But in a sense they're petty, but in a sense they know that they all could be in trouble for this gaming that they got me in. Basically what I mean by gaming is I have been illegally chipped by Loretta Lynch. She signed the documents. They are on my Facebook page. They're real documents. So Loretta Lynch was one of the ones. She is the formal attorney general. So she authorized all of this here electronic surveillance, and it's been going on now since long years. We're talking years. Even if it was legit, do you know that that type of surveillance is not supposed to be used on American people, number one, even if it's legit? And let's say hypothetically they need it for an American person. It's only supposed to last for 30 days and not 10 years or however long they got in. So this is what my fight is. I'm fighting for that particular lawful surveillance that Loretta Lynch, our attorney general at the time, who was one of the ones who authorized all of this here gaming and unconstitutional wiretapping and surveillance. So again, it's being used for, they call it a Ponzi scheme, underground media marketing, which is a Ponzi scheme. Now my information came from the Department of Justice. When I sent them a letter, the Department of Justice seeking seeking any information or any private classified documents that they have pertaining to me. The Department of Justice sent me back those letters and those notice of those motions. There are motions, but they're titled a notice of an intent to use foreign intelligence information. So again, it was Loretta Lynch who authorized that, and so I got that letter back from the Department of Justice with her signature on it. And now, for all these years, I am trying to get her to do her job, because technically she was supposed to have, as the Attorney General, she was supposed to have ceased that information when the courts order her to cease it. But the blacks are still taking advantage of it, and they are still using it. But her job description says that technically she was supposed to have stop all of this from the beginning. It would have saved many lives had she had stopped all of this stuff when she was supposed to, just as the Attorney General, because the Department of Justice was the ones who ruled in my favor and told them to cease it. They gave me a letter in which they said they sent to Loretta Lynch and Barack. They were supposed to cease this automatically. The physics FISA, the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Courts, they also approved them to cease all such activities, but the blacks in government are still keeping it going. And so this is my problem, and this is what I'm trying to get them to put an end to.